Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. You're in Bangalore by Papa's grace. More than 200 people, yes. They attended the Mahotsava program. Attentively, everybody did. First time they are going through such thing. So morning 9:30 we started. And after briefing 10 o'clock we started the sessions. And after 3:30, 3 o'clock, 6 sessions were over. And then recap what they understood. Then they wrote. Wonderful. And we never thought that they will come for the Mauna. But surprisingly, more than 100 people. And the 3 hours, 10 to 1, nobody got up except we. We had to go to restroom. Otherwise, nobody asked for water, nobody got up. Every half an hour, there will be a bell to change over to the next topic. And then afterward, they all gave back whatever they felt we have not yet gone through. Very, very beautifully arranged, well attended, attentively attended. Hari Om. We were able to see so many people because we had not gone there for the past 3-4 years or more than that. Many people took, because it's a far off place, but still they came. And after our program only, the rain started, so it did not disturb us much. It was excellent. And this is what we first, in our briefing, we read out. Virat Papa says, everyone must realize that the divine is within him. God is within your heart. You are his embodiment. You are he, but you do not know that. There is a veil of ignorance separating you from God. Remove the veil. The question before us is, how do we remove this? Though many of us have practiced spiritual disciplines for years, God, the Nami, often continues to appear as someone outside us, separate from our daily life. Biggest headache is that. Only during the chanting time, that also mind goes out, but we try. But immediately after the chanting time, we are back to square one. The me and mind and its appendage. The mind can think only of what is different from itself. But the truth is that the Lord is not an object to be seen or known like other things. He is the very awareness behind our thoughts, words, and actions. That is the struggle. Anything else we can think about it, dwell upon it, reflect upon it, contemplate upon it. But here the power behind the contemplation, power behind the reflection, power behind everything is the one we are seeking. So that is why Papa describes him as the subtle and mysterious power. This is the greatest challenge all of us are facing. Because the Nami is subtle and unseen, we may find it difficult to feel his presence. To help us move toward this awareness, Virat Papa has prescribed Nama chanting. The purpose of Nama is not merely repetition of a sacred sound, but awakening awareness of the Nami whose name we chant. Awakening the awareness of the Nami. This calls for inward journey. To assist this inward movement, Namosava uses simple and verifiable examples drawn from daily life. These examples help us reflect upon the unseen presence behind the visible ones. That is the purpose. So when we dwell upon that example, we try to understand the seen and the unseen. When we keep on bringing this dimension, suddenly we realize he is the unseen with us, within us, and the seen are whatever that is perceived, thought of, felt. Whatever that is perceived, whatever that is felt, whatever that is thought of, that one, the behind. So whenever any example, we have to keep on hammering, otherwise we will also become intellectual about it. It will be an intellectual exercise. So when we hear the example, we dwell on the example, but the message is the unseen in the seen. So the seen is our sense of individuality and the world outside. The unseen, in an example it is easy to understand. But when we turn inward, it is a little tough. That is why we keep on conducting this, so that a samskara develops in us to turn inward. So there we had, we contemplated upon 6 guidelines. Fuel, without fuel the vehicle cannot move. The fuel, as such, it is not the one. The fuel goes through a process by which it emits the power. And that power reaches out to the entire machinery of the car and helps its movement. But that power is invisible. Car is visible. Whiteness of the paper. Whenever we read anything, we see the sentences, alphabets, but we don't see the whiteness behind it. Though it is there, we are not aware of it. That is why Papa used the word sleeping, awakening the sleeping divine consciousness in us. Then space and the thread in the garland. Space is there, we are not even recognizing the space now here. The space as such it is not an object. But without space we cannot exist. And the walls only divide it, that's all. And the thread in the garland. Nobody sees the thread. The screen and the ocean. Before the program starts, during the program is going on, after the program has ended, the screen remains as such. But we don't recognize the screen. Ocean, waves rise, waves play, and waves die back. Ocean remains the same. We don't see the ocean. All of us are thinking of, beautiful waves. The director and the navigator. In a movie or in a serial, we find the actors only. We hardly think about what all the director has done. He has to go through the story, then dialogue, act. He has to identify the actors, then location, scene by scene, dialogues, articles, costume, so many, everything is done by the director, but nobody recognizes the director. Navigator, similarly, the driver of a pilot or in a ship, navigator. So many things. We chat and we spend our time. He is the one who is taking us to our strides. The fragrance hidden in the musk air and the rice. Each of these examples points towards an unseen but indispensable reality. In the same way they invite us to recognize the Nami, the unseen presence behind our body, mind, thoughts and actions. Therefore, while chanting, let us remember that the Nama stands for the Nami. Just as the unseen factor in each example makes the invisible possible, the Nami silently supports and sustains our entire life. As we reflect on each guideline, let us gently turn the mind inward and try to feel His presence within, even if it is for a trice. Then the mind may go up, doesn't matter. Because it may not happen immediately. But every sincere effort takes us closer to the goal. That is why after before the end of the session, there will be 2 minutes set apart for inward journey. Initially attending, the mind may not, but by hammering, slowly there is a tendency to take to inward journey, and then mysteriously we will be led. Here the assurance is Papa's words. He says, he gives the great assurance, show some desire to see God, and Ramdas will do the rest. This is not quoting his words. They have been watching for the past few months now. With nothing, no guidance. There has not been any precedent. So how from January onwards, December end onwards, how in November end or December he suddenly gives us this idea. Forget about these talkings here in the program. Concentrate on Nama only. So it was named as Namosava. In whatever way he guided us, we started. Somehow he prompted somebody to organize it in Tiruvannamalai. There it got improved again, 2 days. And then in Hyderabad. Then from Hyderabad to Bombay. And then Bombay to Ashram itself. For that now Papa has arranged a beautiful hall also in such a short time, a very spacious hall. There he made us to introduce the Nama also. We thought nobody will be there. But the entire audience almost, they were all there. And now in Bangalore. Every time there is one more improvement. So we are seeing this word. Show some desire to see God, Ramdas will do the rest. Practically he is demonstrating. So with that, now we feel assured that if we hold on to this, he will open the aperture and make us know that he is there. So that is how it went on. And there were 6 sessions, 6 questions for half an hour for the Mauna session. Very, very thought provoking. And as you said, somebody will do the one bell, small bell. So they will take up that particular page, go through it, dwell upon it, write down. For the first time, something unheard of for them. So that is how he made it possible to have a wonderful session in Bangalore. Wonderful session. Everybody was extremely happy. So now, after coming here, he is now prompting us to have this Namosava every month in ashram. So in order that people can plan accordingly, when they try to visit ashram, if they are prompted to attend, they can plan it in such a way that on the second Saturday we will have this Namosava, followed by the Mauna on the next day for half a day. It will be regular. So those who are coming, those who are planning to visit, if they can adjust to this particular date, they will also be able to attend. Second Saturday for Namosava, and the next Sunday, half a day, Maun. That means this Mauni will help us, that's what we feel now, we don't know. Will help us to consolidate our gains which we had in the previous day. Because the mood is set. Previously we were having a Mauna day for the whole day on the second Sunday. That has been going on for the past 2 years now. Year before last year we started on the Guru Purnima day. Now the Guru Purnima is up here, coming on 29th of July. It was a full day, it's going on. Sometimes the participants will be more, sometimes it will be less. But now we are combining these both. It will be a regular feature in ashram. So that Papa now takes us from the school to college to the higher levels. So one day he will give us the pass, sure. Passing out parade. So with that bhavana, so everyone who is coming here, when they go, if they are prompted, they will ask for these dimensions and they can dwell when they go back. We also now request everybody that immediately after this, every day everyone must spend 5 to 10 minutes in the morning before they have started talking to somebody, before they started reacting to any events and individuals, that the mind is fresh. Then they enter into a dialogue with him. You have been providing so many things, and we take it as granted, we are enjoying, but still your presence is still a distant reality to us. Please don't delay. Those who are pressed with problems, family level, professional level, social level, individual level problems, they will also get an answer then, because through this we are trying to understand that we did not plan this human birth. We did not do anything for our body. We did not bring anything with us to sustain this body. We did not do anything which will make our life comfortable. So there is somebody planner who has planned and sent us here. We were unaware, so he is keeping quiet. He makes us to go through different types of experiences which we label it as problems. It is only to turn towards him that he does it. This reality slowly opens up. That means if somebody has sent you for a particular with an assignment, does he not know what to do and what not to do? At this moment, he is not interfering. He has given us a long rope because we think we are the planners, we are the doers, we have to protect ourselves, we have to safeguard ourselves, everything. No? We have eliminated him from the scene. Whereas now we know that we did not do anything for our human birth, we did not do anything for our body, we did not bring anything. So one power is there. And our Guru says that power is called the subtle and mysterious power. So slowly we try to rely on him. This Namosava, slowly, just because we attend, we are not going to hand over ourselves, agreed. But the process of moving towards that is slowly starts taking place. So whenever in the ordinary parlance, when we try to think about the problem or the solutions, this will slowly well up. Because in this connection, how do we say that? Papa's own life. For 38 years, he was leading like any ordinary person, not having any connection with all these thoughts. He has written, even at times, he has even questioned the existence of God. But at the 38th year, he was made to go through a series of, in our language, successive failures. Failure after failure after failure after failure, which made him to turn inward and cry, "Where is rest? Where is peace?" And the cry was heard. That is how the transition from Vittal Rao to Swami Ramdas happened. So it is there, evident. Until such time he has not recognized the role of the subtle and mysterious power. The moment he recognized the subtle and mysterious power, his life changed, and through him so many lives changed. So let us not think that this Namosava does not offer any answers for our mundane problem. It does answer. But how we are trying to become aware of the real owner, the real designer, the real master who has drafted our existence, about which we have forgotten. Even now, after having heard this, we will again forget. So, the Namosava means not merely doing, again, it should not slip into an activity. A lot of homework has to be done along with this. For everybody, including us who are in the ashram, because we are also involved. Nobody is a full-timer here. So every time we feel we are moving towards him, there will be a jerk. Because we are dealing with men and matters here also, Probably it is a different background, that's all. So please think over all these things, and we will go through a few examples again. At the moment, we have now identified about 108. Another 108 is also there in the anvil. Trust the guidance of the Nami in all situations. A patient places trust in the care of a skilled doctor, even without understanding every detail of the treatment. Likewise, life often unfolds in ways we do not immediately understand. Yet behind all experiences, there is a divine wisdom silently guiding our growth and leading us onward. That guiding wisdom is the Nami, whose name we are chanting. That means, we are not aware. But this Nama chanting, when we keep on hearing it, slowly we try to rely. The me and mind will pull us away. But again we try to lean towards that. Yet behind all experiences, there is a divine wisdom silently guiding our growth and leading us onward. We look back our own life, so far lived. How we got attached to so many things, how we outgrew all those things, how we shifted our priority, what is it that made us to shift? That guiding wisdom is the Nami. Nama chanting with trust gradually strengthens faith in this direction and help us face changing situations with patience, courage, and peace. And Papa places before us this Anandashram. So we may get doubt. How does it work? God's will. It is not that we simply sit. No. He gives us in the form of inner prompting. He arranges in the form of outer prompting to somebody. Ours is to remember him. When some proposal comes, it's all right. He may have, if he wants us to have it, he will make it happen. That is how these 95 years it has been going on, Think about it. So we trust the guidance of the Nami in all situations. A lamp quietly illumines the path for one who walks in the darkness. In the same way, signposts along a road help travelers find the right direction, especially when they come to a crossroads. Likewise, life often presents situations where the way forward is not immediately clear. Turning within to the divine for guidance brings clarity, confidence, direction amidst uncertainty. We have to train our mind. When it's clueless, how to move forward. We try to bring. You made us to come. You made us to assume some individuality. You made us to get into so and thing, and suddenly you have left me now. What am I to do? Like that, there will be a dialogue. That guiding presence is the Nami, whose name we are chanting. Nama chanting helps keep this remembrance alive, enabling us to seek his guidance more readily and gradually align every step of life with his will. A postman faithfully delivers letters without claiming any credit for the messages he carries. In the same way, a river nourishes the fields through which it flows without claiming ownership of the crops it helps produce. Likewise, the divine gives continuously without expectation. By performing our action in the same spirit and offering their fruits at his feet, we gradually free ourselves from the burden of doership and attachment. The one who silently receives every sincere offering is the Nami. Nama chanting with this understanding gradually transforms ordinary actions into expressions of love, dedication, and surrender. A steady hand on the steering wheel keeps a vehicle on the right path despite many turns. In the same way, a rudder gently guides a boat through the twists and bends of a winding river. A steady hand on the steering wheel. Likewise, amidst changing situations and many distractions, inward remembrance of the divine helps us remain centered and balanced. That directing presence is the Nami. Nama chanting with this understanding gradually keeps the mind aligned with Him and allows every step of life to move in the right direction. These are not examples we are putting, they name the examples. These are all the things through which He is showing us. When we think that it is impossible for us, just imagine before, suppose you have no idea about driving. When you see somebody driving, we feel it is a wonderful, noble job, noble task. And when you join the driving classes, tough job. And as you keep on getting trained, and when you come out as a full-fledged driver, then you find that it is not a strenuous thing, everything becomes automatic. All your senses are alert. Your legs on the accelerator, on the brakes, on the clutches, on the gear, on the steering, your eyes on, ears on. Think. Everything automatic, there is no strain involved. So He is showing us, provided there is a commitment on your part, what was difficult for you has become natural. So for our language, we say it is an example, that's all. It is not an example. He is showing us. Because everything has come from Him only. It is not that what we quote as example has come from somewhere else. No. He is the originator of everything. That is why we say in the introduction, though apparently we say it is example, the purpose of Nama is to lead us to the Nami. This Nami is not distant from life. He dwells within us as the immortal spirit, expresses Himself through every aspect of our daily existence. Every aspect. Whether in the home, classroom, office, marketplace, hospital, factory, field, or place of worship, it is by His power that we think, feel, act, and live. This booklet is an attempt to bridge the apparent gap between Nama and Nami. Through simple examples drawn from everyday life, it seeks to help us recognize the divine presence hidden behind ordinary objects, situations, relationships, and experience. He is there. A total of 108 guidelines have been selected for reflection. They are not intended to be read or contemplated all at once. To facilitate deeper reflection, they have been grouped into 18 parts containing 6 guidelines. For every Namoso, one part may be taken. This enables the mind to dwell more deeply on the examples and gradually transform them into living reminders of the Nami. Not merely examples. This enables the mind to dwell more deeply on the examples and gradually transform them into living reminders of the Nami. Examples are not presented merely as moral lessons, but as pointers to the divine presence. Though the examples in the Nami may appear different, they are in truth one. The All-Merciful Lord continuously reveals His presence through the world around us. The uniqueness of this approach lies in the fact that it does not ask the seeker to search for God somewhere else. Instead, through everyday example, it gently points to the unseen behind the scene, the supporting power behind all activities of the manifestation, the stillness behind the sound, the witness behind thought, and the Nami behind the Nama. In a sense, every reflection in this booklet answers the same question from a different angle. Can I recognize the Nami who is silently present behind the manifestation and all its activities? Can I recognize? I have not so far recognized. The reflections collected here are intended to transform chanting from a mechanical repetition into a living remembrance, leading the mind from sound to stillness, Nama to Nami, and from Nami to the awareness of His all-pervading presence. That's also we have to keep, otherwise, we may get stuck with the examples. A person may go through effort, qualification, and recommendation to receive even a small benefit. Yet, without asking, without effort, this precious human body has been given to us. Likewise, life itself is not something we have earned through our own merit. The statement is not fully right, but from our level it is right. Because in Vivek Chudamani, he says, because of the Vivek Chudamani was here now.
Is there? Tell you.
Must be there then. Jandunam Narajanma Durlapamadam Pumstado Viprataha. Because the Jandunam Narajanma Durlapam. Of all the species, to get a human birth is the rare of the rarest. And having got this, to be in under the care of a guru, an illumined guru, is an added privilege. Swamiji will give it out. Jandunam Narajanma Durlapamadam. Jandunam Narajanma Durlapamadam Pumsam Tato Viprataha. ChatGPT. I did not even say Vivek Chudamani. I stopped right. Can you bring out the shloka starting from Jandunam Narajanma? Atmanatma Tasmai Vaidika Dharma Marga Varada Viddhatu Atmanatma Vivedanam Swanubhavo Gurmatmana Samsthiti Muktirnai Shatakoti Janma Sukurdai Punye Vinalabhyate. Among all living beings, human birth is rare. Rarer still is the capacity and opportunity to pursue higher ideals. Beyond that is dedication to a righteous and spiritual life. Still higher is the true knowledge and discrimination between the self and the non-self. From this arises inquiry into the nature of the self, direct spiritual experience, firm abidance in one's identity as Brahman. Such liberation is not attained without the accumulated merit of countless virtuous actions performed over many paths. This verse presents a ladder of spiritual evolution. He adds, human birth, a rare opportunity. Spiritual aspiration, recognizing life's higher purpose. Right living, walking the path of Dharma. Self-inquiry, asking who am I. Direct experience, not necessarily. He gives you in a platter. Direct experience, not mere belief but realization. Abidance in the self, living in that awareness. Liberation, the culmination. See, according to him, this particular sloga, how many steps? Jandunam narajanma durlabhamadam pumstum tato viprata tasmat vaidika dharma marga parada vidvatvam asmatparam atmanatma vivedanam swanubhavo brahmatmana samstitihi muktirno shatakoti janma sukritai punyarvina labhyate. Among all living beings, human birth is rare. So if this is also given by him, the first human birth, you just imagine. Did we do that anything? We even know, intellectually knowing that we were born to our parents. But parents were born to their parents. They were born to their parents. Like that, we keep on telling who is the first parent. Papa names it as the first cause. He has sent. So among all living beings, human birth is rare. Rarer still is the capacity and opportunity to pursue higher ideals. Beyond that is dedication to a righteous and spiritual life. Still higher is the true knowledge and discrimination between the self and the non-self. So from this arises inquiry into the nature of the self, direct spiritual experience, firm abidance in one's identity as Brahman. Such liberation is not attained without the accumulated merit of countless virtuous actions performed over many paths. But again, this birth was caused by him, so that we should know. He caused us to get this samskara. Otherwise, we will not be sitting here. Our priority would have been outside the ashram. Just like 99.9999999% of the people, they are immersed in their affairs. God has not given them that. So the simple reflection, he says, the verse presents a ladder of spiritual evolution. Beautiful. Human birth, first, a rare opportunity. Spiritual aspiration, recognizing life's higher purpose. Right living, walking the path of Dharma. Self-inquiry, asking who am I. Direct experience, not mere belief but realization. Abidance in the self, living in that awareness. That is what we are all trying now. Living in that awareness. Liberation, the culmination. So human birth gives us the opportunity to move from merely living life to understanding life. From understanding life to discovering the self. And from discovering the self to recognizing the one divine presence in all, Nami. This opening verse of Vivek Chudamani beautifully emphasizes the preciousness of human life and the responsibility comes with it. See the way in which they are guiding us. So a person may go through effort, qualification, recommendation to receive even a small benefit. Yet, without asking, without effort, this precious human body has been given to us. Likewise, life is not something we have earned through our own merit. It has been given freely along with countless provisions needed for our existence. Behind this gift is the boundless and compassionate grace silently sustaining us. That grace is the Nami, whose name we are chanting. The all-merciful Lord who gives without asking. Nama chanting with gratitude gradually awakens humility and devotion towards his unconditional love. This particular verse is indeed extraordinary because it compresses the entire spiritual journey into a single progression. Jandu, Nara, Dharma, Viveka, Anubhava, Sthiti, Mukti. Or in simple terms, birth as a human being, awakening to a higher purpose, living a life of Dharma, discriminating between the eternal and the transient, direct experience of truth, abidance in the truth, liberation. As I now, we are asking ourselves, why did we remember this sloka? 60 years back, when Chinmayanandaji took this text in the morning session, he laid lot of importance for 2-3 slokas in Vivek Chudamani. First is this. Second, the third, Durlabham Trayamevi Tad. He says, this is very rare of the rarest. 3 things. Manishyatvam, Mumukshatvam, Mahapurush Samshaya. The human birth, desire to liberate, and the company of great souls. It is there. And one more, probably those who have attended the session might remember 3-4 years back. During our Sannyas centenary period, we brought out a PPT from this. Chinmayan, that we Aptoktim Karanam Statho Varishila. It was also a beautiful one. That we remember. These 3, then later on when we take up properly, we might remember. But these 3 are getting imprinted in our heart. Because he elaborately discussed about this. Now he is refreshing it. Ladder. Quintessence of our entire journey. Birth as a human being, awakening to a higher purpose, living a dharma, living a life of dharma, discriminating between the eternal and the transient. That ant was inside, it did not bite. It has been going so many places. Discriminating between the eternal and the transient, direct experience of truth, abidance in the truth, and finally a liberation. From merely existing to consciously living. From consciously living to self-discovery. From self-discovery to self-realization. Human birth is an opportunity, Dharma is the path, Viveka is the compass, and realization is the destination. It is remarkable that Shankaracharya begins Vivek Chudamani not by speaking of Brahman, but by first reminding us of the immense value of this human birth. Unless we appreciate the opportunity, we may never undertake the journey. That is what he says, without recommendation. May this rare gift of human life become, in the words of the Gita, means for moving from confusion to clarity, from individuality to universality, and from reverence to relevance. One more we can take. Even the most advanced human-made system cannot match the precision and harmony of the human body. Have we thought about it? How are we seeing? How are we hearing? It's every organ functions in perfect coordination with the rest without confusion. The heartbeat, the blood circulation, the digestion, the breathing, and the many functions of the sense organs and organs of action. There are 5 jnanendriyas and 5 karmendriyas. 5 organs of perception, 5 organs of action, through which we deal with everything. But perfect coordination. This intricate and intelligent design reveals a divine wisdom far beyond human understanding. Nothing in this body functions independently or accidentally. Everything reflects an underlying order and purpose. That divine intelligence is the Nami, whose name we are chanting. Nama chanting, with this understanding, gradually fills the heart with wonder, reverence, devotion towards His perfect creation. Even the most advanced human-made system cannot match the precision and harmony of the human body. Its every organ functions in perfect coordination with the rest without confusion. The heartbeat, the blood circulation, digestion, breathing, all are independent, distinct, apparently disconnected. But if the life force is not there, everything gets stopped. This intricate and intelligent design reveals a divine wisdom far, far beyond human understanding. Nothing in this body functions independently or accidentally. Everything reflects an underlying order and purpose. That divine intelligence is the Nami. Nama chanting, with this understanding, gradually fills the heart with wonder, reverence, devotion towards His perfect creation. Day for yesterday also we were sharing in Bangalore. As we keep on going through this, we were remembering Puja Swamiji sharing his first meeting with Papa. For the sake of newcomers who have not heard it, we'll repeat it. When Puja Swamiji came here for the first time as Ananta Shivam, he was passing through a period of terrible stress. He was unable to go along with the usual common life. At the same time, he did not know the alternative. So he was passing through the life is useless, life is purposeless. He was developing that. And he was passing through severest depression because of that. Why should I live? So somehow God made him to get in touch with Papa. All those things we skip. And when he came here, Papa was sitting on the bench here, cement bench. As soon as the step is over, there's a bench. So he introduced himself and told him, Papa was sitting like this as usual in his blissful state. He heard everything. Swamiji also he added one more thing. So I don't know anything. Don't put me into the mundane. I cannot gel with it. I am like a leaf. This word. I am like a leaf, old leaf. The wind takes this side and that side. Don't push me to the other one. Make me aware of the Paramarthika. So Papa heard everything. Then he said, take. He repeated Om, made him to repeat Om, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 3 times. Swamiji said he was waiting for the answer for his questions, We thought, okay, he might tell us later. So can I stay here? Not now. You can come later. Having come, stay for a day or two. Again, no word about his doubts, his depression, question. Okay, when I go back, if I write my doubts, will you please reply? Ramdas will not reply. So he said he was taken aback in a loving tone, with a smiling face. So he couldn't, he's not getting any answer, but at the same time, there is nothing for resentment, Then Papa smiled and patted on his back and said, this is very important for all of us. None of us would have understood anything. If you get doubt, you should know you have not chanted the Nama properly. Now he is teaching us what should be our background, why we chant. All of us were in the dark only. We used to be chanting, no doubt, coming to the ashram, joining the program. Everything was okay. But what really this Nama stands? So even the most advanced human-made system cannot match the precision and harmony of the human body. Its every organ functions in perfect coordination with the rest without confusion. The heartbeat, blood circulation, digestion, breathing, all these things are verifiable, It is not a tall organ. We can contemplate upon it. How does tuck, how does it? Who is behind it? And the many functions of the sense organs and the organs of action. This intricate and intelligent design reveals a divine wisdom far beyond human understanding. Nothing in this body functions independently or accidentally. Everything reflects an underlying order and purpose. That divine intelligence is the Nami. Nama chanting, with this understanding, gradually fills the heart with wonder, reverence, devotion towards his perfect creation. So every doubt will get clear now. When we approach the Nama and try to dig out, and Papa, we were also thinking, a little bit of research made us reveal that he also did not ask anybody any doubt. He went inside only. And he was chanting only, not merely chanting. Side by side with the chanting, this manana was going on. His own words are ceaseless repetition of his name, side by side with concentrated meditation. These are his words. Side by side with concentrated meditation on the indwelling and all-pervading reality. So that method he also passed it on to all of us he gave, but we did not understand. Every time when you go through all his teachings, you will find he is repeating this, but we did not understand. We had, we come, we chant for some time, we get some joy, go back, bas. We have never linked this Nama chanting with our very life. It is a part-time activity for us, that's all. Nothing to do with my very life. But now he slowly reveals how Nama chanting with the right perspective and with manana, these are all the mananatics. Namosava, through Namosava he is giving us these tips so that we become aware of the sleeping divine, we are trying to awaken the sleeping divine consciousness. And then, if we could do that, we are game. So along with our effort, You have to keep on praying, praying, praying. Because this is a harmonious combination of jnana and bhakti. Not merely jnana, not merely bhakti. Both are there. Faith and logic, both are combined here. Everything is, logical. We can understand it. But at the same time, the logic will not make us know the presence. The words of the Master, faith. So devotion and jnana, both. That is how he has linked this nama. That is why he has boldly declared no other sadhana is necessary excepting the nama. And in one of his quotations he said, the mission of Ananda Ashram is only to spread the glory of the name. That's all. Nothing else. That is okay. Already 4:30. Oh. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Hare Om. Om Shri Ram.